Hey, are you looking for a quick way to improve the health of your feet and maybe get them feeling a little bit better? If that's the case, in this video, I'm going to talk to you about my 2 quick tips that you can use to help improve the health of your feet. Hey, I'm Trevor Cicutti, CEO of Spinewise, and today I want to talk to you about the 2 quick little tools that we use in our office every single day to help people get better health out of their feet. If you are just looking for some advice and you just want to have a quick chat to somebody, just send me a message. Always happy to help out in any way, shape or form that I can. Alright, so one of the quick things I want to talk about with feet is just how important your feet are when you move. So one thing that isn't really properly understood by a lot of people is that feet are actually a major sensory organ. They actually send a lot of input into the body that helps regulate a whole myriad of things with your health. So when they start going wrong and you're not feeling things properly, this can cause problems with a variety of functions, such as our spinal pattern generators that allow muscles to turn on and turn off when we walk. Our balance itself, so one of the key symptoms or one of the key signs we have, or one of the key components I should say that we have for balance, is actually the sensory input we get from our feet. So it can actually affect our balance as well. And then foot activation. So as you walk, muscles should be turning on and turning off based upon where the foot is on the ground. So if we don't sense the ground as effectively as we should, the net result of that is all these mechanisms can start breaking down. So as you see, walking is actually quite a complicated action. So if we look at the feet here, we have heel strike where the heel is actually landing, then we go foot flat, and then we go toe off. And the brain needs to understand exactly where each of these mechanisms are when we're actually walking, what stage the foot's actually at. And this mechanism is what we call proprioception, which is the ability to sense where things are as we move around. So this is a really key thing. We want to get the proprioception up and get it working as best we possibly can. So there's 2 little tips that I want to give you, 2 quick tools that you can use to improve proprioception in your feet that are very, very easy to do. The first one is the obvious one, and that is if you don't use it, you lose it. So this is one of the big problems that happens for a lot of people, is that when you're walking around and you're on a solid surface that's flat all the time in solid shoes, quite often you can't necessarily feel the floor as effectively as you should. So if you don't feel it, you'll lose it. So one of the first things you can do is start increasing what you feel. So moving towards thinner soled shoes, more flexible soles that you can wear from time to time, or otherwise even making sure that you're barefoot at some stages, if not at least when you're home around the house. And that can make a big difference for a lot of people. The second one is laser guided movement. So this is really key. So we need to have some feedback from the brain itself in order to actually work out whether or not the brain is moving things correctly. So we can put little lasers on the foot themselves and then get you to follow a path with a laser. And by doing that, it'll allow the brain to see whether or not the movements it's making are actually correct, and whether or not the result of that action is what the brain originally wanted. So we're getting at biofeedback constantly to work out whether or not it's moving correctly. So there's a lot of different exercises you can use, but this is one really, really simple way. And we can basically just follow a dot on a horizontal level and then on a vertical level to work out whether or not we're actually moving in the correct way and give the brain that little bit of feedback. Okay, so if that sounds like you and you think you want to do that, that's easy enough to do. There's plenty of laser guided devices around. If you want to get one, we have them here in the office as well. We use them for a whole variety of rehabilitation. If you want to know exactly whether or not you're actually having problems with this system and whether it may be an issue with you, all you need to do is get somebody else to help you with this. And what we basically want to do is have yourself sit down, shoes and socks off. We're just going to pinch the side of the big toe, move the other toes out the way, and we're just going to very slowly move the toe up or move it down. And what we want you to do is to just yell out up or down as soon as you start feeling that motion. So it should happen very, very early that you feel the motion, and you should be able to detect which way it is, up or down, which is struggling. So if that's you and you're having issues with it and you don't have that movement occurring as well as you should, then perhaps one of these things might be worthwhile trying and just see if it helps you improve your function in any way, shape or form. But if you're stuck, you don't know which way to go, or you don't know how to act it, and you're having issues with those motions, then hey, don't be afraid, just reach out, send me a message, and I'm happy to have a chat to you about it all. Right guys, remember it's all about adding life to your years. We'll catch you in the next vid. See you guys.